Good evening, everyone. It's Marilyn here, Stamping Creations, coming to you from Spruce Grove, Alberta, Canada. I'd like to welcome each and every one of you and hope that you will follow along with me and have some fun creating this card that I have to share with you tonight. I usually come on and have a question, and I've been trying to think of that. And I think for tonight, because we are still in harvest mode with all of our uh, gardening and that kind of thing, I was thinking of pickles. Do you make your own pickles? And if so, what kind is your favorite? And bonus, if you want to share a recipe with the others, it would be great to have everyone on there sharing and learning like we always do with everything else. So, as I said, I'd like to welcome each and every one of you. If you've been here before, welcome back. Please let us know who you're watching from. If it's your first time, welcome, sure, and let us know where you're watching. We are a community that cares and shares, and we like to keep in touch with each other and keep chatting going along. I do have a few things to share with you to do with Stampin' Up that I will be talking about. But as I do that, I encourage you to chat with each other and just keep having fun like we always do. Before we go down to my guest, I do want to stress that my heart goes out to everyone in Hawaii that's because of those fires that are happening there. We've been watching the news. Devastation is terrible. I just can't imagine being in it and having that be my life. So prayers to all of you, and hopefully before long it will get better. So I invite you to share this with your friends and your family, anyone else who might be interested in crafting along and having a good time. We'd love to have you here. So as I usually do, I'm going to share things that I do. So you can see on the bottom of the screen right now that if you live in Canada, do not have a demonstrator, and would like one, I would love to be that person. Most code for currently for the month. We are on August 10th, and I have a Zoom post each Friday, and others take turns teaching it, and we just have fun. We have great time with each other and get to know each other better, and that will other things with each other along the way too. So it's a great community. Want to come? Let me know. I host a 12-minute Christmas card class the second Thursday of each month. We had that today. The ladies and I had crafting together. So again, I do send out this one. I the Zoom um, use our own supply, whatever we have. But this and the monthly card class, which is the third, is I do send out kits, so I can only send those kits, PDFs anyway. So if you want to be part of that, let me know. We'd love to have more. And as always, we'd love to get a discount on your Stampin' Up. You can always join me. You're always welcome. So reach out if you have any questions about any of it. So let me know. I'm going to my desktop. You can see what arrived in my inbox yesterday. Pretty excited about that. And I'm going to check the comments. If there's anything I need to tackle first, I see Betty, Betty, Marie, and Kathleen. Good to see you all. See you all. If you're watching on YouTube, we'll only be able to see comments from anyone else watching on YouTube. If you're watching on same thing, you'll only see comments there. I get to see all of them, so it's something that I'm answering or that I need you to help answer, I will put it on the screen and it will, for a minute, answer to my question about pickles. Sharon says, I have from last year. Looking to me this year. Good for you. Good for you. And I see, okay, Peggy, my going in and out. Marie, to see what's happening. Voice is fading. I will try and sit close to my mic, and hopefully that will help and not move as much or move my hands, and we'll see. Um, Stacy is thanking me for a card I sent last week. You're welcome, Stacy. And I have done the draw. So what I do is each week I make a card, and then the following week I put everybody's name in a draw using the wheel of words. No, anyway, it's a program on the computer that actually spins everybody's names and gets me a draw. So that has been done for tonight's card, and I will do it. And I take everybody's name from whether you watched YouTube later and put your comments in there, or whether you're watching Facebook. Just a reminder that for tonight's draws, for the 5 cards that I do every week, all you need to do is comment. And this program that I'm using will, okay, I keep getting that notice from all of you about sound fading in and out. I will grab my microphone that I have and I'll try it. All of you who comment, whether you say hi, whether you just come on and say good evening, anything, your comment will go in only once in the draw for tonight's 5 cards. Okay, keep chatting amongst yourself while I get that mic hooked up. Okay, I have plugged the mic in. Can you, somebody on there has been Peggy, I think it was Peggy, Sharon, Stacy, Marie, all of you having trouble. Is it any better? Please let me know. And I know that some people on which is other news, were having trouble, and they had to use a different browser instead of Chrome, and it would take a few minutes for me to go out and back in again to do that. So I'm just going to try the mic. Linda says it's better. Thank you. Okay, just a few notes that I have. See, scribbled notes. And again, as you're coming on, we talked about pickles. Do you make pickles? Do you like pickles? And what fruits do you like? Reminder that tonight is, or today, the 10th, is the last day to order this paper pumpkin. And a new one will come out as of tomorrow. There'll be something else. Paper pumpkin kits have improved so much over the last few years, and people are really enjoying getting those crafting blocks every month. Also, there is a kit special happening right now. Lots of things up to 30% off. Reminder that kits are only available while supplies last. So if you see a kit that you want, I recommend that you order it, because otherwise it will not be there. And also a reminder to use your bonus coupons that you would have earned in July. They, hello, Gail. Bonus coupons you can use on your orders up until the end of August. So, Ines, your catalog, lucky my catalog came today. Anyone else who is a demonstrator should be getting a catalog like this in the mail, not with this, that's my own, from Stampin' Up. Anyone else got theirs recently, and what are your thoughts on it? And I have Marie, gotta pick up my beets soon. I love beets. That is was one of my favorites. My mom used to make those. I do not make any pickles, kind of thing. So anyway, I'm going to start with the card. The catalog is not showing the inside, as you know, because most of you are demonstrators on here. But if you're not, Stampin' Up rules do not allow us to show anything but the front of the catalog and what we've already received. I got my order late this afternoon, so I have not even opened it, but that may be on the agenda before too long to show you a few things out of there. And I've got some classes coming up that I'm going to highlight different bundles I bought out of there. So, Kathleen, sound is still not good. You know what, guys? I really don't know what to do with fixing that. Just a minute. Put that here. That's not going to do it. Bear with me while I'm trying to fix this. Let's try taking that. Okay, I did not have a change. Still faking in and out. Huh. Okay, you know what? I'll give it 5 minutes, and if it's not any better, we'll shut it down and I'll go try a different browser and see if it's any better. Okay, so I will start. This is the card I want to show you. I have done this one in a class, a monthly card class, March or April this year. And then I showed it to you on here. It's a shutter card, I'm going to call it. Looks like a window shutter to me, especially if you want to hold it this way. And it is on a 5x7 card base, so it's a little bigger. So you do have to make your own, which I still have your own little punch board. Hello, Carmen. So I was able to make mine for that. So this is the one I showed Dan, and I love how I was able to put the papers, well, almost in line across. So some of you have asked at that point if I could show you how I made it. And as you know, I went through a month or so of not being able to be on here. And now's the time, maybe I will show it to you. And I found another paper that I think is going to look really neat coming across like this. This is a design that I followed Jan B, a video that she did. When I first did it, I thought, oh, I can downsize this and make it a bit more regular. Not so much. It didn't work. So if any of you out there like doing that kind of thing, please go ahead and you can share with us. Okay. So like I said, it's a card that moves like this. You can put words inside if you want, and you can do writing here. So to do that, what you need is a bad echo. Okay, 3 more minutes. I have my card base that is 7 by 10. So I'm going to have 5 by 7 when I'm done. And fold it. I'll just open it to do with that sound other than, I say, start there. Then I'm going to have 2 white pieces, 6 3/8 by 4 1/2. Okay. I'm listening to you all. I'm going to stop this broadcast and I will start it again. Come back in the same, you will have the same link. I will just be in a different place. Okay, let me, before I even shut it down, I'm going to go try, see if I can start it over there. No, it's not going to let me. Okay. No, I have to shut down these ones over here. So, sorry, I'll be back. Hey, are you guys still with me? Looks like maybe. And if so, let's see if this is going to be any better for the sound. And if not, I may have to just cancel for tonight and try something some other time. So take a deep breath and let's go. Okay, so we have, okay, Peggy says much better. So good. You were one of the ones having trouble, Peggy, so I'm glad to see that. Thank you. So back to where I was. I have a 5x7 base. It was 7x10. I have two pieces of 6 3/8 by 4.5. I have a bunch of other pieces. I have three that are 4 by 1.5. I have three that are 2 3/4 by 1 3/8, and these are the fish that are going to line up together. I have three more, the other side of the fish ones, same size, 2 3/4 by 1 3/8. I have three of these pieces, which are your shutters, and they are 4 1/8 by 2 1/8 scored at 5 5/8 around. I'll show you that later. And then I have two of these, and these are the base around here that are 5 7/8 by 4 1/8. And then, okay, sound is good, sound is better, much better. Okay, I will use this from now on, and I will try and use the mic as well. So thank you for bearing with me and for sticking with me. I really appreciate it. So to do our card, we need our base. We need one to go on the inside and one to go on the outside. So that's our first bases. So I'm going to add those without any other. I do have a greetings created to put on the inside, just because I got a new die set that I'm really excited about using, and I thought, I can show this to the ladies tonight. So, okay, and my inside one, and I will go back to StreamYard and ask them why this would be happening prior to. So basically, your card, let's try and keep it in the screen for you. Then I'm going to come to, actually I had to go back and find my instructions for how to do all of this. So my two pieces of 5 7/8 by 4 1/8 make my border for the shutters. So one of them is just going to be left plain, which is this one. And then this one, I had to cut the hole out, and that's cut by leaving 5/8 of an inch all the way around. I did it on my paper trimmer, which you can do, but I wanted to leave it just to show you, hopefully you can see how it's cut. I will trim it with my scissors to get it right, totally out. But I just laid it on my paper trimmer at 5/8 of an inch and cut. So let's see if I can get this. Not very much left to cut there. And you could cut it with a, what we used to call an X-Acto knife. I forget what they call them now. I was watching something the other day and I thought, well, that's an X-Acto knife she's talking about. So this is going to go on here, but first of all, we're going to put all of our shutter pieces inside. So then we have these three, which are the shutters that are going to go here, and 4 1/8 by 2 1/8, and they are scored at 5/8 on three sides. So this side, this side, this side, and I'm going to cut out this long tab. We call her a tab. So thank you, ladies. Please keep chatting, sharing some pickle talk, like what kind of pickles you like and if you make them. And I know there's lots of farmers markets around, and I'm sure there's people that are selling either cucumbers or pickles at those. Would be a great time to stock up if you're not making them yourself. So once you get these done, cut that bottom piece out. You want to fold on the score lines on all of them. And I probably will have to refer to my previous sample because I can never remember which way these go, up, down, around, but you do want to fold on them. And you can do this, of course, with any designer paper. You could do it with stamping if you so desired. Okay, Kathy is mentioning. Let's look at this for a minute. Yes, we do have a new attachment for the Take Your Pick tool. I was watching somebody the other day using it, and there was, oh, I know, she was using it with some of our new colors with our, oh, no, I can't remember the name of it. It's like puff paint, only it's not puffy, and it has to dry. Somebody help me, you know what I'm talking about. Okay. So, what do you like best about it, Kathy, about the new pieces of the Take Your Pick tool? Do you have it? And like I say, what do you like best? Thanks, Peggy, for sharing. Okay, so once I've got this, I've got it laid out here like this one. I'm going to put my fish on. So these I've kept in order of how I cut them, and you can see, and I'm just going to glue them like that on my forward facing side. Something elements, yes, Betty, you're right. I should, instead of just talking about it, I should have had the information out, but I was, anyway, she was using one of the new ends on the Take Your Pick tool to mix her colors together and create backgrounds. That was really kind of neat. Yes, Kathy says, let me just try this again while I'm busy doing this. You can read it. That there is an attachment with the Take Your Pick tool now that replaces the X-Acto knife. It is a blade end. And what did I do? Did the wrong one. And Marie wants me to remove the panel. I can do that, Marie. Well, probably came in because of all my switching around. So, like I say, I kept my fish paper all lined up. So you can see that it's like that. Then I'm going to turn them over because on the back side, I want to put the back side of the fish paper that I have cut here. Peggy's asking, finished side of the card is 5x7. And like I say, when I watched Jan B making this, she was talking about it being bigger and you had to make an envelope. And I thought, oh, maybe I can make it smaller, but I couldn't. It just did not work as well. So if any of you want to try that, I'd love to see it work. I don't even think I kept my sample from that one. So there are my shutters put together. Now, what I want to do with them, if I can remember, is take them center out, the right side up, to the layer that does not have the center cut out. So I'm going to take this layer and I'm going to glue these on here. Whoops, except that's my bottom one, my end one, because I want my fish all going the right way. So I'm just going to put glue on these tabs for now. There will be other tabs that and they're all going to fold the same way. That's the part that I couldn't remember. And what you want to do, I'll put my so I'm going to glue my tabs. I'll just try and hold it up here so you can see. Just the tabs right there. So that's the first step, is to just put some glue, obviously liquid glue, so that I can move it if I have to. And there it is. Then my next one, I'm going to okay. I want it to be right here. So it's going to butt up against there, but it glues underneath here. So again, I'm going to put glue on my tabs. I think this is how I was doing it. And then I'm going to have two shutters, right? Yep, maybe. Liquid glue needs a bit of time to dry. And move it up a little bit so you can see. So see, my fish are swimming along together. And then for my last one, same idea. I'm going to lay this one down. I'm going to bend these over and glue it. Now, Linda, I know you're on here and you were with me in the class that we did this. Please share if you have made others and tips and tricks that you learned from doing it so that we can all benefit from it. And you were on here anyway, Linda, so hopefully you are still. And you can, so there is our, you know what? I've got to do another cup. I just realized that. I need a tab on the other end. Yeah. So I need a 5/8 inch. Score on the other side. And I may just have to pick and find it. Can I do this? But 5/8 would be right there. And I need to score there and score there. And let's see. No, you know what? I'm just going to use my ruler, the pencil, and because how else am I going to put my tab on, right? So I do need to trim. I know that. I've got to cut in on these. Whoops, that's not 5/8. That one's 5/8. You ever have trouble with that? Figuring out your 5/8 marks? And okay, you did the first one, right? So I need a tab like this on this end, only it's going to be cut down to there and just ever so slightly cut out a piece so that it folds properly. And what's going to happen with those then is that they are going to fold and attach along the top piece. And that's what forms your shutter. So sorry I didn't have those pieces ready before. But hopefully you guys are chatting and having a good time just watching me fumble my way through this. And yes, it doesn't help when the computer thing doesn't work properly either. So do my little wedge out of there. And on this one, because then we're going to fold those over and we're going to glue that piece with the hole cut out of the center on the top, and that's going to form our shutter. Before I do that though, I am going to attach my other 3 pieces. Enamel effects. Thank you, Betty. That is what it's called. So these pieces I thought looked really good for the, again, it's from that fishing paper, but they're my background and it looks like water, so the fish are swimming through water. I have seen cards like this with stamping in here or stamping on a piece of paper and put in. So it's whatever you want to do for your card. You don't have to follow exactly, and don't ever think that. We all have multi pieces of paper, and you can make it. We've discovered in the classes I do on Zoom, and the ladies on here that were with me today can attest to that, that even though I've given you kits with pieces that I was going to use, and you want to change it up a bit, you can, and you can come out with just as nice a card. You don't have to follow. You don't have to follow what adhesive I use. You just have to use the general idea, and you'll come out with a card just as nice, if not nicer. So you can see what I'm doing with these tabs now. That you, and then I think the trickiest part of it is to get that frame that I've got on there properly. So I am going to just fold these over and really burnish them so that they will stay down. Kathy, you can do this. Hello, Maggie. Yes, you finally made it. Good to see you. And remember, don't worry. It's only paper. What else can you do but try over? So then, what you want to do is attach glue to these tabs and lay this on. And Linda, if you're still on here, I don't know if you're still on here, but if you recall when we did this, oh yeah, see, it's not quite big enough. So going to take my, oh, that would be maybe my, I'm just going to try trimming that just a hair more because, whoops. Let's see if we get it where it belongs. That sounds better. You want to test that before you actually glue it, because it would be kind of hard to do this cutting before. But I've seen, like I say, I've seen lots of different ideas for what, yeah, there. Now you can, your tabs will come through. So we'll try it, we'll glue it, we'll try it. Okay, Betty's helping me out here. Thank you, Betty. New enamel effects are metallic colors. Yes, there was a copper. The first ones were red, black, and white. There's a copper, a silver, and I don't remember what the third one is. I don't have them yet. I will. When do you put the ribbon on? That can be attached, Stacy, right at the end, because it's just attached around the end. So there's not, but thank you for thinking of that, because I've been known to forget things like that. So I'm just going to try this with a little bit of my glue, and we'll all be happy if it works, right? So have you give me some idea on some of your bloopers like this that I have and gold. Thank you, Kathy. Um, that have happened to you with card making, because I'm sure I'm not the only one that every once in a while things just don't line up right like this. Oh, look at my fish. He lines up pretty good. So I'm not going to move that just yet because it's dry. And yeah, that new shimmer paint, it was really neat because they were showing, they took a silicone mat and they made dots different sizes and let them dry, and then they peeled them off and they put them in a container and used them as embellishments. They said that would they do stick together a little bit in there, so be careful. They used them for shaker cards. And Kathleen, I love this. I'm very good at stamping my envelopes upside down. I usually put, yeah, I've written on mine upside down even, Kathleen, so I hear you. Um, and that's a great idea, Marie. I'll have to remember that. And like I say, I did make this before. You think I would know how to do it all, but anyway, um, Marie says I try to on copy paper first and then grid paper. So my that one's still binding a little bit. I should have moved that up a little bit more, but you get the idea. There's my shutter card. Okay, so it's there, and then it just attaches on here. And because it is quite thick, on this one, I did have the flat butterfly embellishments, but I haven't got any over here for this one. Although I do have, should have some pearlized, not round, and they look like these fish colors that are on here. So I'm gonna grab those and we'll try them. Yes, Gail, that's where I was watching it. The video by, it was on Sarah's Facebook page, but it wasn't Sarah doing it. And yes, if you don't let them dry properly, she was saying on there that, oh, she lets them dry for a couple hours, and I found that I had to let things dry overnight. So there is the card, and then the ribbon that you were concerned about, Stacy. You just take a piece of ribbon, and so that is a good video that Gail's mentioning here to watch on Demonstrator. No, it's on Sarah Douglas's page, so it's available to anybody. Um, it's just on Facebook. So if you find Sarah Douglas, um, spelt the way that Gail has put it on there. So all I'm going to do is take this piece of ribbon and put it on with glue dots, and that will be something to pull. And I think we've often discussed during our classes that how do you make these cards so that people will know what to do when they get them, whether it's pull this tab or open here, that kind of thing. I think it was Linda mentioning the other day that, watch this, somebody she watched had actually had a stamp that said pull here, turn here, open here, something like that. And I don't know, it's nothing I've seen with Stampin' Up, but it may be from somewhere else. And I think my ribbon should have been a little longer, but well, I guess you could open the card to it's ding dong. That's not where you're supposed to put it. This is really a calamity of errors tonight, guys. No wonder I couldn't get it to fit. It has to go on. And I probably should choose another true dog. And insert there. I know you can't see it, but you will in a minute. So there's my ribbon, and it opens up. Okay. So I like both of them, but I really like how the fish all lay together like that on that card. And that's how I store my ribbon. I use a pin from my quilting days. And I know that some of you on here are quilters, so you probably have those. And then for the inside, what I have done is this is the set I just got called Wanted to Say Dies. And it has the bubble, we call bubble words. So it's a bubble behind it, and then you can cut in different colors. Isn't that a neat idea? And then to have all these extra little pieces. This is what I've been doing with my die sets, and so that I can see what they're doing. And I made this happy birthday with the this background fish paper for the happy birthday on top, and I'm just going to glue that on the inside. Ines, and you love the bicycles. Yeah, that was neat paper too for that. Anything that has a continued design that isn't too large, I guess. I'm thinking of the zoo paper, but I don't know if it would be conducive to carrying across the shutters like that. So there is my happy birthday on the inside. And there we go. So, oh, I was going to grab those. Just let me look at that for a minute. What die set? That is, can you see it there? Ines Wanted to Say dies. It doesn't come with a stamp set. It's by itself in the back of the catalog. And these are what I was thinking might. Oh, here they are. If I was to put, oh, don't those look neat? I think I will. I will add just a, they're fairly flat. These are flat adhesive back pearls. And I just thought the colors. Hmm, put one over there, and then maybe I'll put a couple tiny ones in here by the fish. And it will give it just a hint of a sparkle for that. So well, thanks, Kathleen. Thanks so much for joining us. Haven't seen you for a little while. And what else is there? Yes, Betty. Betty has almost made me want to make another one of these cards. I remember the first one. Well, give it a try and share. Like we love seeing what other people do with them and other samples. And I don't have any other samples of it. Like I say, I tried one making it smaller and I just didn't succeed. So I don't even think I have it anymore. Oh, Maggie, I love your die pages. Always looking and never finding what I want. Yes, and they do make a difference. I'm really, really happy to have all of that stuff up to date now. Linda, I had to take a phone call to watch the replay. Well, I was busy chatting about you, Linda. I know that you were with me in the first class when we did this, and I wondered if there was any hints that you could give everyone to do or not do. And I'm glad you were able to take your phone call. That's great. Betty has a comment, stamping color on the frame would give it nice effect. Yes, definitely. Definitely before you put it on because it is kind of rough there. Kathleen, I'm getting back to stamping. Perfect. Fish hooks as an idea. Yes. Is there fish hook embellishments? I don't remember seeing any. Ines, what size is it? As I mentioned before, it's a 5x7 finish. So I made an envelope from designer paper that it fits in and used oh, my envelope that's for oh, yes. Maggie, looked easier this time. Yes, from the other time that I did it. Yeah, well, even with all my bungles. So thank you. Thank you, Maggie. Um, Making this card, turn off the phone. Pets and ignore the doorbell. Oh, Betty, you're funny. Um, Sometimes I find though with the cards, if you're having trouble, like I was today, um, just walk away from it for a while and come back. I know I can't do that with you guys, but you allowed me to go out and come back in on a different browser, and I really appreciate that. So thank you so much, and thank you all for taking part and chatting. I will go and do the draw in a minute, but before I do that, this is the card that I made last week, if you remember. And the winner of that is Roz. So Roz, this card will be on its way to you very shortly. And now let's see if I can share this other screen and share screen. Uh, I can never remember how to do this. And I'm going to go over here. And then I've got to go over here and see if you guys can see it. Yes, you can. Okay, let's get it all. There's 14 names in there, and I'm going to jot them down as we go. Good to see all of you. I love seeing your names on there, and thank you so much for joining me and for taking part and commenting and helping each other out. And as I've mentioned before, this program has been updated so that you only win once. And Stacy, you won again. I hope. I know Stacy mentioned earlier that she's enjoying the cards I send, and I hope all of you are. Like, I do not write in them. I give you a sticker to so that you can use the card however you like to, whether it's sending it to someone else or keeping it for yourself or whatever you want to do. The cards are not all ones that I've made. They're ones that I have done in swaps, and I've made a lot of them. But I just, as many as I send out, and Carmen, my new son here, will vote for this. I send them to lots of family, but I still can't use them all. So I'm Kathleen. So thank you, thank you, all of you for being part of this and for sharing and just joining me. It's wonderful and good to see all your congrats on there. And hopefully we'll keep in touch. Let me know if I can do any other samples you want me to do. I'll try. And I love doing them and I love sharing them with you. And I will remember which browser I'm supposed to use for next time so the sound's better. So thanks all. We'll see you soon. Maybe even tomorrow on our Zoom with friends, right? Take care.